but no one's... You can see how many people are there by the live, the number next to the live. I want Bibi to come. There we go, someone's joined. It's just 2 people.
Hi, hello. Thanks for joining us again. I have connected with Mahua and she should be here joining us in a moment. We're just checking for her. Are you there? Hi, Mahua. Are you there? Hello? No, not there. Hello? Hi, can you join us? Mahua, are you there? Hello? Just sending her a message, see if she's there. Hello, I'm Polly Ladder, the founder of Selvedge magazine. The magazine... Hello? Is she there? No? We're struggling to find her. Hi. She's telling me it's not working. I think it probably is. Hello? She's working on it. Okay, I'm going to use the time to tell you a little bit about the Selvedge World Fair. We're putting together a series of short interviews with designers in a collaborative way. And today it is the turn of Mahua Aliva of Bibi Hanum. Hello, hi.
Hi, Polly. I finally
We did it.
That's the first time.
Wonderful. Well, you're live on our Instagram stream. I first met you in 2018 in Santa Fe, New Mexico at the International Folk Art Market, and I was instantly struck by the beautiful colors and contemporary shapes of your divine kaftans. Can we start by talking about Bibi Hanum? Who was she and why did she inspire you to name your company after her?
Thank you, Polly. It's likewise a pleasure to be here to introduce our cultural heritage to all the audience. Well, Bibi Hanum was my inspiration because she was a favorite wife of Tamerlane, who was a famous conqueror and the founder of Timurids dynasty. She was also very beautiful and very wise, and she was at the same time was advisor and a very influential person for Tamerlane. So I was, when I learned about it, I thought it was fascinating, the name, the woman, the history behind it. Since I was involved with women and I was also trying to revive the cultural heritage, the ikat fabrics, and creating these beautiful kaftans, I thought this would just be a perfect match, because I wanted to see women wearing, to be a role model, similar to Bibi Hanum, so that women who wear that, would be similar to her, wise, well-polished, well-dressed, and, be able to make important decisions. And so it was it.
Fantastic. And am I right in thinking your social enterprise only employs women? And if so, what was the thinking behind that right at the very beginning?
Yes, of course, our enterprise, we employ only women. And the women in our workshop in Tashkent, the women who do all the weaving, the embroideries are all done by women. Well, the idea, I would say, it wasn't intentional that it would be only women, but it was just became automatic because I was surrounded by women who suffered a lot, who went through problems and domestic violence. And I thought, there must be something behind all these problems. So I learned that it was the financial difficulties and unemployment and not being able to act independently. So I thought, I could create such an atmosphere where women could get together, work, earn money, be independent, and share their, issues, and when you talk about your problems, you kind of feel relieved, and then you are happy again. So you think that the world is not perfect, but you see all these people who are also having similar issues. And so I thought, this is a perfect environment. We created the family, and all the women who work with us, they're happy. We
Great.
try at least to make them happy.
Wonderful, wonderful. Your garments are constructed in Tashkent. That's slap bang in the middle of the old Silk Road. Can you paint a picture of the environment, the city? Give me a little sense of the atmosphere that your garments emerge from.
Yes, well, Tashkent, meaning Stone City, it was actually located in the middle of Silk Road, which was a link between East and West. In fact, it has a history of 2,200 years of written history. Tashkent is more cosmopolitan. Unfortunately, we haven't kept, all of the historical monuments were destroyed with the earthquake in 1966. So it has been rebuilt as a modern city. It is more of a administrative capital of Uzbekistan, with a population of close to 2.5 million people. The atmosphere is very pleasant. You see a lot of parks, fountains, and all these Soviet buildings are turning into high skyscrapers. But we also have nice, beautiful mosques, mausoleums, and some Soviet era monuments that tourists enjoy looking at. And we also have beautiful metro stations, which have great design, architecture. People enjoy photographing. We have great cuisine that tourists just don't stop commenting about. And so it's a great place to stop by, and our workshop is located right in the middle of Chorsu, which is probably the middle of Tashkent. It's the old city, and the tourists who just happen to pass by just find us randomly and just be surprised. So we're happy to be located in that location.
Wonderful. I would love to visit.
Be my guest.
Can you tell me how the influence of East and West is merged in your beautiful designs?
Yeah, that's actually a difficult task, I would say, because you want to please East and you want to please West at the same time. But I have enjoyed designing, combining different fabrics, like polka dots and stripes and Suzani embroideries with ikat fabrics have been my favorite. And also talking about the shapes, our kaftans, like, Eastern people love our kaftans. At the same time, I designed trousers out of ikat, which was something very new. People were unexpected to see them. And also the tops. So tops and pants with, styled with kaftan just worked so well together that it has become our image. So I think kaftans were our favorite, not only for the Eastern people, but also the Western people. And people from all over the part of the world, they just enjoy wearing our kaftans. Plus the other outfits like trousers and blouses.
I can see that. Me too. Your silk ikat is that you use for your divine kaftans is woven in the Fugan Valley. Can you tell me a little bit about the cultural history and the part that ikat plays in that history, and how that industry has been reinvigorated since 1991?
Yeah, well, ikat has many lives, had many lives. So in history, it was a very important, I would say, economic commodity of its time at that time. Its history goes back to 19th century. However, there is a finding of ikat fabric, which is located in Japanese museum, which is believed to belong to 6th century of Central Asian ikat. Mm-hmm. I would say ikat fabric and the kaftans were played central role in the people's lives historically. People would honor them as gifts. People would honor people as gifts, and it was given as dowries to women, to girls to marry. And people would exchange the robes, and the way it was also it would identify people's status, the way you wore the fabric. Let's say the more ikat you had, the wealthier you would be considered. Let's say royalty families would wear lavish bahmal, which is velvet, which has twice as more silk in it. Or merchants would wear silk weft, cotton warp ikat. Or lower class people who couldn't afford to buy such expensive silk would wear striped bekasam. The actual manufacturing of ikat took place in Bukhara in early 19th century because it was the largest industrial city of that time. But then later it switched to Fergana Valley because Fergana Valley masters were working in their homes and producing more silk. So it's but then later on, with the introduction of during Soviet era, the cheap Russian textiles just kind of pushed out our traditional silk out of the way, which was unfortunate because many artisans were banned to produce silk in their homes, and some were threatened to go to jail. And so many artisans actually had to work underground. So ikat fabric kind of got out of the way, was actually getting lost, and only few artisans kept the secrets of the manufacturing process. And fortunately, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, ikat fabric was given another life, and our president has done a lot to bring back our cultural heritage and to restore the cultural identity. And all those few artisans who kept the secrecy were put back to work to revive all the ikat fabrics. Even during my, when I opened my workshop, I at that time, ikat fabrics were neglected. They were not, respecting the fabric because it wasn't very good quality. It was used with synthetic dyes and also was manufactured in the factories. And so people were not using ikat fabric with such great respect that they do now. So I thought, I wanted to do something about it. And so because I was fascinated to see all these museum collections in the West, that they were showing off our beautiful old kaftans, and which I thought, why don't we have them in our country? We should have them back. So I thought I would revive the traditional motifs of ikat fabrics, and worked so hard on it. And I think we did a lot of work on it. And nowadays you can see a lot of people wearing ikat in Uzbekistan. It has become the most expensive fabric. People are buying it and to keep it forever in their wardrobes.
You've done a great job. As well as ikat, your garments form a canvas for Suzani embroidery. Can you tell me a little bit about Suzani? We can't talk about Uzbekistan without talking about Suzani.
Yeah, Suzani, actually Suzani is a very unique textile for Uzbekistan, and we have beautiful Suzanis, and we also used Suzani patterns on our garments because I thought, it shouldn't be hung on the wall. You should be wearing it. You should just show off this beautiful craft on yourself. So we're combining the Suzani on our garments. The way it works, in our workshop, we design the Suzani, the graphic on the computer with the colors and everything, and send it to Navoy region, which is about 400 kilometers from Bukhara. All these Suzani embroiders do the work for us over there. So once they receive the fabric, the design along with the other fabrics, they give it to the artist. So the artist draws, copies the image onto the fabric, which is quite difficult task because, you know, drawing on the fabric without making mistakes is just not easy. So she, after completing the task, she gives it to the embroiderers, and the embroidery, depending on what kind of embroidery I want, let's say there are two types, which is needlework that you stitch with regular needle, and then the tambour hook. So depending on which one I choose, they gives the right person, because not everyone uses the same type of embroidery. So the way it works is that tambour hook is like a little tool which has a bent tip like this. It is similar to crochet hook, but it has to be quite thin for our embroidery so that it works with our threads and the fabric. So you pull the fabric, you stretch it on the frame so that both hands can work from top and the bottom. So you pull you stitch with one hook, and your other hand helps pull the other hook with your other hand, and then so it almost resembles to the sewing machine, but your other hand, it works as the what do you call that element under the machine? So
like the bobbin.
Yeah, bobbin. Yeah. So it works similar technique, but you work with your hands. It is quite complicated. Once you have to practice quite a bit in order to master the skill. We have tried in our workshop with our ladies. It just didn't work. I said, no, let the masters do their work. so we continue doing the embroideries in our over there in the villages.
And the tambour hook gives you a stitch that resembles a chain stitch.
Chain stitch, yes, that's what I want to say. Yes.
I think the placement print, the placement embroidery you have on your maxi dress is a perfect combination of East and West influence. I think they are inspired and very beautiful. And thank you so much for talking to me, Mahua, today. That's wonderful. I have a really great insight into the work you do in your wonderful kaftans. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Polly. It's a pleasure.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.